what did motivate you to work with us on those two of your last investments?
Professionalism. I got good advice working with a company like Property Turkey because it is the biggest and it's been around for the longest. Property Turkey can get better deals than I can going there by myself.
Right.
Because obviously Property Turkey might sell out half the development and I'm just one guy.
Right.
So unless I'm planning to buy half the building, I'm not going to get the type of discount that Property Turkey could get.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk. In this office, we're here at our Istanbul office with Şevki Avcı. Şevki, welcome.
Thank you.
The reason why we have Şevki here on board is because Şevki, he himself has a unique story, and also he used to be, well, he still is, a real estate investor himself. So I thought, there's a lot that we can learn from your experience. Şevki, could you briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
So I'm from Sydney, Australia originally, born and raised over there. I've been coming to Turkey for the last, forever pretty much,
Right.
probably every year for a holiday. For like the last 10 years or so, I've been coming here yearly, buying properties, investing and so on. I met Property Turkey with my last property purchase and ended up becoming a part of the team. So
Right. You actually bought a property through us.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's pretty interesting. He was a client once, and now he's working with us.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a good wealth of information that we can extract from you, because you've been in the shoes of the clients, and you are an investment consultant now.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about how did you go on about purchasing properties over the year in Turkey? First of all, tell me why you chose Turkey, and what were some of the criterias that you looked for when you were buying properties?
Okay. Well, reason why I moved here is because, in my opinion, Turkey is one of the best countries in the world, if not the best.
Well, you're originally Turkish, maybe that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look, I came here for holidays, like I said, throughout the years. I fell in love with the place. Look, Australia is nice and all, but it doesn't have what Turkey has to offer in regards to lifestyle.
Right.
And in regards to investment potential as well. So right now, prices in Sydney are like starting at $1 million type of thing.
For what?
For just your average house.
Okay.
So in Turkey, in the city center, you can get a property for 400,000, which is not possible in most Western countries at the moment.
Right.
So my reasoning behind it is, even if the properties in central Istanbul went up fourfold, it would be just the starting price of Sydney's prices.
Right.
So because of that, once I sold my business in Australia and my property over there, I just went all into the property market here.
So you're saying that low entry level was actually what attracted you?
Yes, exactly.
Because don't you think, as an international investor, if you're moving your money from one country to another, the more risk averse you are, the better you will feel. Because in Australia, you wouldn't have any problems or any doubts when you're buying a property down the block.
Yep,
Block that you live in.
Yep.
But if it's in a completely different country, I guess one would have a risk-averse mentality, a risk-averse approach. And that really, works well with Turkish properties levels, the entry level being low, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. Plus, look, when you're buying overseas, everyone has worries. I had worries when I was buying my first property. Reason being is, in countries, Western countries especially, the system, the way things are done very different to Turkey.
Right.
So it took time to get used to. With my first property purchase, I was very careful. I was scared. there was a lot of emotions running through, you know. But over time, once I bought more and more properties, I got used to it. And you got to deal with a company like Property Turkey, a big
Right.
company that's reputable, because you don't want to deal with things going wrong. You want a transparent company that's going to be here tomorrow. So,
Right.
so look, that's what I done. I made my investments, and now I'm here working
Right.
for Property Turkey.
And you have bought, I mean, in one of the previous episodes, we actually talked about you. We mentioned you a little bit. You bought from a development called Roya Nova.
That's right.
On the Asian side, next to the Istanbul Finance Center.
Exactly.
Let's see that as a small example, and tell us your journey into what did you buy, and what is the appreciation that you have right now, and how did you go about buying it? Who advised you, and why was that?
Okay. Well, first of all, I called up. I spoke to you originally, and you put me onto Nez, and we got talking, and I was already interested in and around the Anatolian side, especially around the Istanbul Finance Center, because all of my properties are investment properties. So I see big potential for there, and I've probably doubled my money, if not more, in US dollar terms within close to 2 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is not something that would happen anywhere. I mean, forget anywhere around the world, but wouldn't even happen anywhere around Istanbul as well.
Yeah.
It just happened because of the fact that it was right time,
Exactly.
right place, and right project. Istanbul International Finance Center. Right. You were talking to Nez. Did he advise you to go there?
Yes, well, they took me there. I didn't know the specifics of the project or anything like that, but I knew the area that I wanted to invest in. So we went around all the projects around there, and in my opinion, that was the best value for money. So I ended up going with that option.
Perfect. So talk to me about what would you look for when you're investing, when you're buying properties. What are some of the criterias that you look for?
Location is key. Obviously, quality of build. You don't want something run down. I prefer to buy new properties because new properties are in much higher demand. Because of the earthquake risk, a lot of people don't want to buy older properties. They gain more in the long run, in my opinion. So better capital appreciation. So that's what I look out for, but mostly location. It has to be very prime locations in city center locations as well.
Would you? I mean, it's up to you. You're free to give away any details. The properties that you own, where are these properties located?
So mostly on the Anatolian side. I've got 2 on the European side as well.
Right.
So personally, my favorite location to hang out, to enjoy a drink with a friend is Kadıköy. So I've always been attached to that area. I've got properties there. So mostly on the Anatolian side for me.
But you were, if I'm not mistaken, you were investing into areas that are around Kadıköy that are up and coming.
Exactly.
Some certain urban regeneration areas, right?
Yes, that's right.
So if you are to advise your clients as to where to buy and where to put their money, right, what would be some of your criteria? What would you tell them to look out for?
Price-wise, it needs to be good. It needs to be good value for money, because there is a big difference. For example, in Kadıköy, you can buy a investment property for between 200,000 and 400,000, and you can get a two-bedroom apartment for that. That will appreciate in price. You'll make money off that. But on maybe 2-3 streets away in a luxury project, you might buy a 2-bedroom for $900,000, $700,000. You know, that's more of a lifestyle buy rather than an investment, because your average Turk can't afford to buy that. So, in my opinion, go for affordable luxury. And quality, location, you can't go wrong. It has to be good value for money.
Well, I mean, thank you very much
problem.
for coming in and sharing your experience. I would, before closing on the show, I would like to ask you, you have purchased your properties yourself until the last two of them, I think,
Yeah,
that you
that's right.
bought through us.
Yeah.
What did motivate you to work with us on those two of your last investments?
Professionalism. I got good advice working with a company like Property Turkey because it is the biggest and it's been around for the longest. Property Turkey can get better deals than I can going there by myself.
Right.
Because obviously Property Turkey might sell out half the development and I'm just one guy.
Right.
So unless I'm planning to buy half the building, I'm not going to get the type of discount that Property Turkey could get me. So
Right.
it worked out in my favor, for
Right.
sure.
Right. Well, I mean, thank you very much for that. But I think you guys have developed a good relationship with Nez, right? You
Yes.
both are from Australia.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Is it that your grandfathers knew Nez abi? What was that?
Yes.
Your grandfathers knew each other, or you know? Okay, the microphone can't hear you. So, Şevki, can you tell us the story?
So my grandparents and Nez's parents know
Right.
each other
Yeah.
from when they arrived in Australia in the late 60s. And my mum and my parents grew up in the same generation as Nez. So, yeah, with pretty much two generations worth of relations.
But you didn't know before you seen him, right?
No. Well, the thing is, when I first talked to you,
Yeah.
you put me on to Nez, and Nez is like, oh, I'm from Sydney. Who's your family? Who's your friends? And whatever. And literally, I named one of my uncles, and he's like, are you serious? He's
Yeah.
like, they were literally like my best friends growing
Right.
up. So, yeah, it's a small world.
Right. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Şevki, we're very lucky to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
coming on the show. If there are any last thoughts, or if you want to send out a message to your clients, because your clients are watching you right
Yes,
now.
exactly.
If you have anything to send, if you have anything to say, this is the time.
I would like to say, look, trust in the process, trust in me. I'm an investor myself, and I wouldn't advise something that I wouldn't buy myself. So whatever I am advising, it's something that I would buy myself, especially when it comes down to investments. I don't, I don't share options that are overpriced or in the wrong locations. I always
Right.
go for prime locations, good value for money, things that will properties that will actually make you good
Right.
profits. So it's always best to come and see in person if you can. But look, we're here to stay. We've been around for 21 years. We're here to stay for the long run. So we're not out to just make a quick dollar.
Right.
I want my customers to be happy, because at the end of the day, if my customer's doubled his money and he sells 5 years later, he's going to come back to me and buy more properties with his profits.
Of course.
So it brings business as well. You do right by your clients, they'll do right by you. So
Right.
yeah, that's my opinion.
Really good. Really good. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Şevki, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, thanks a lot for watching with this WhatsApp number. If you want to get in touch with Şevki, maybe some of people who know your family are watching right now,
Yes.
your Aussies. If you want to get in touch with Şevki with this WhatsApp number, sending your message, and I'll make sure that you talk to him. Again, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.